Well. Deontay Wilder's ex-fiance pilfers 400 grand out of his pocket. Let's talk about it. So welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. I recently made a video about Deontay Wilder, and I said he's not effing with them boys no more. It did not bad numbers, and there was a few people in the comments saying, why are we still talking about Wilder? Wilder's still big news. He's still big news. Although some of you probably, want to see the back of Deontay Wilder. He's still going to be here for a little while, so you just got to deal with it. Anyway, look, let's talk about this Telly Swift situation. Now, I made a video on my channel, on my old channel. I spoke extensively about Deontay Wilders simping. And you know what? Towards the end of my old channel, when it got taken away, ruthlessly terminated by YouTube, I created this channel that we're on now. And I believe the first video I made on this channel was about Deontay Wilder and the situation he's going through with Telly Swift. So if you check this channel, I think you check out my live streams, it will be the oldest live stream on this channel. Yeah. So on that channel, I spoke extensively about Deontay Wilder and Telly Swift. And shout out to Blood Boxing, man, because Blood Boxing, he must have referenced this when I made the videos on my old channel. This was after the Riyadh season when Deontay Wilder lost to Joseph Parker. Now, I said, look, Deontay Wilder seems to bring Telly Swift everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes, he's hand in hand with this woman. She all up in the video. She's everywhere to be seen, in every single clip, every single interview leading up to a lot of his fights. When we're watching the Grand Rivals, she's always there. A lot of people say, oh, she's a supportive wife. She's a supportive wife. And at first I was like, okay, yeah, maybe she's just supporting Wilder. But then I said, no. This is a bit too much. This is just a bit too much. I'm seeing this woman is a distraction to Deontay Wilder. Like, I compared her to Paris Fury. Paris Fury is very supportive to her husband in Tyson Luke Fury. She's very supportive to him. She comes to the fights, she watches the fight, she supports him in the crowd. And anything Tyson probably wants, her, to do, she'd probably do it for him. But with Telly Swift, it's slightly different. She wants to be up in the video. I noticed that. Wilder always hand in hand with her, and especially towards the back end of his career, she was always there. I mean, I famously remember when Deontay Wilder was wearing the headphones in that rematch. Was it the third fight? Yeah, the third fight he was going to have with Tyson Fury. He was wearing headphones, but Telly Swift was in the front row of the press conference giving Tyson Fury hell. She was screaming and shouting, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, you got your headphones on, you got this woman screaming. It looked bad. It just looked bad. And I said it. I almost said that this will be the undoing of Deontay Wilder. And I'm not going to gloat and say I was right, but what can I say? It seems like now Wilder's telling all. Because at the time when I was speaking this stuff, a lot of people were coming into my comment section and saying I'm a hater. Oh, you're just hating. Wilder's good with his missus. She good for him. Wilder's, they were making all types of silly excuses. I'm like, no, Wilder's simping, man. Come on. Can you not see that he's being a simp? I mean, look, when the men go to war, you leave the women and children at home, right? When warriors go to war, the women and children stay at home. They stay out of the vicinity. And Wilder wasn't keeping to that practice. Wilder liked to call himself a warrior. But he wasn't sticking by the warrior code. You leave the missus at home, okay? And this is what he didn't do. And you know what? It's going to haunt him. This not only is that 120 million that he refused going to haunt him for the rest of his career, but when he looks back at his career, especially the highlight moments of some of the highest points of his career, he's just going to see Telly Swift all up in the video because she's all up in the video. He's going to have to slice and a lot of those clips out if he doesn't want to be reminded of her, because she was a major part of his career, especially towards the end of his career. She was a major part of his career, man. And I said it. I did say it. There's an old saying, women weaken legs. And in Deontay Wilder's case, Listen, no pun intended, man. No pun intended. But it's too little too late. I'm sorry, too little too late. I don't know. Wilder's still got a couple of fights left in him. I believe he's still got one fight left in his Saudi contract. So I don't know what Turkey's got for him and what we're going to see left of Wilder. Speaking of the unfortunate circumstances within the accident that Anthony Joshua had a few days ago, RIP to the people that were lost, and the condolences out to the families and stuff like that. That was a fight that we could possibly have seen, and Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, and also obviously AJ versus Fury, one we wanted to see for a while as well. Nobody's sure where AJ's head is at the moment right now, and I will not be making any videos on Anthony Joshua until he makes a statement himself. Look, Deontay Wilder, this is what happens when you simp, right? Us as men, we've all probably been a victim of it, but as soon as you come out of it and you can recognize it, the quicker the better. Listen, lads, just don't simp.